that's all that really matters.
Hail, travelers.
Hail.
Hello.
I'm hailing. I'm traveling.
Still out for the company.
Bleeding out?
I'm bleeding to death.
Non-existent.
Bro,
You ready for another
losing
great
Keely.
day of D&D?
I did that thing where I died. Alright, well, let's pick right back up where we left off. So, last time on Master's Malice, Sashiv dragged all of her party members across the wilderness and somehow survived. She finally stumbles inside of the temple to where she believes something might be found. There's a lot of whispers in the different documents found and people interviewed, but no one knows truly what lies within the temple. As you walk inside, what did we leave off exactly? Did you do anything to the center?
Oh yeah, I placed my hand upon the sigil.
So we did all that. Okay, good. All right, in that case, now we're just going to pick right back up with what happens when you do that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, also, I don't know if this is important or not, but I can't really see the map.
Can't see the map?
No, not on.
When's the last time you've been able to see the map?
Before last session. Session 11. No.
Okay.
Session 12, I mean.
The bummer, it's a real cool looking map.
Means the map just needs to be compressed.
I mean, I'm looking in the stream. I'm just looking in the stream. If it makes it.
All right, well,
to make it easier for now.
So, this is what happens. As you reach out, Sashiv, and place your hand upon the sigil, magic begins to swirl all around you, as slowly the temple seems to grow very quiet. A bright blue light emanates outwards before turning into a softer red. The entire area seems to be radiating with this light. And in the center of the seven-pointed star, a being slowly begins to manifest, light folding in on itself until it creates a form. You see this. The creature turns its back to you, back towards you, as it becomes fully manifested. Go ahead and show some hand up there.
Some very
This be
good
more-
stuff.
The creature will then speak with a resonating tone. Your journey was far, and your body is weary. But why have you come? Too early I have been awakened. This one wishes to know why.
I've come here because we need answers. We know too much and too little. Whether it's baby or too early, I would sooner do that than too late.
This one understands your trial and strife. This one will try to alleviate your woes. Thou art safe within this place. Fear thou art not wished to have.
Finding sanctuary is a comfort, indeed. But how did you know I was coming? How we were coming?
This one sees through many eyes. This one saw you approach. This one can see the burning within.
Forgive me for not introducing myself. You may call me Sashiv. Am I to believe that you are Denarius?
This one's designation is Denarius, the engine of life. You have traveled far and have endured much to ask your questions. Speak them. This one is prepared to provide for your inquiry.
Much appreciated. She'll kind of step aside. Likely you know I did not travel here alone. Though I don't know that there's much that can be done for them, but these are not the first bodies that we were given that aren't our own. If they cannot be fixed, is there possibly a way that I could give them other souls a new home?
You speak of the tethered souls to these broken vessels. There are things that can be done, but a word of caution. For if I take upon mine offer, this one knows its cost. Vessels broken and shattered may be repaired. Souls may be lost. But you are far, far from where such things are easily possible.
I'm this far for them. I'm not going to give up so easily.
As you wish. Bring them forward into the dais. With that, the creature will start to float higher up, gesturing below itself.
Overhaul the cart.
With that, Denarius will raise its arms, and the dais will begin to move deeper into the complex. Alright, load them up.
Let's go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, let's go.
That's some juicy music. A juicy moment. My eyes are open.
Is there music playing?
Yes.
No, I don't hear any music anymore, but
Yeah, it didn't get put on repeat.
Ah.
And everybody's racing right outside my fucking apartment.
don't worry. The donuts outside add to this. It's probably just
Ambience.
Those are just the engines roaring. It's appropriate.
Yeah.
The engines of life.
The engines of life, they're turning inside of me.
You do be the metal singer.
Wow. Oh, I can see this map though.
Okay. Everyone loaded?
Yep.
Start the song again if you can put it on repeat.
Is it playing off a breadbot or in
It's
the game?
supposed to be off Breadbot.
I prefer breadbot. He's cool.
Oh, it's muted by me. That's why I can't hear it.
All right.
There we go.
The creature will gesture all around it, and then will point to its immediate west. And there, you will see several of these strange tubes begin to open, the ones that you've seen before. The creature will speak. Place them within, but be warned once more. If you choose this route for them, their fates will change.
Fate is never something predetermined. As long as I have them with me, we'll manage somehow, as we always have.
As you wish. Go ahead and move them over there. Put them in there.
I physically can't move them.
Oh.
They are not under my control, and it's to the west.
I got you.
That's east, bro.
West. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad.
What?
Wait, stop.
Oh no,
You
that
said
is that is.
Oh,
west.
I'm an idiot.
Nice.
You freaking bastard.
That was
That was
west.
the Denarius' west.
Sorry, you've seen my survival checks. I have no sense of direction.
Fair enough.
Ah, yes. Snouth.
Yes.
We're going
yes.
that way.
Snooze.
Alright. As you place them within each of the strange vats, Denarius will raise its arms, and the vats will seal, and your friends disappear, one by one, covered in a silvery red substance, like liquid metal. Denarius will then turn its attention towards you. It will take some time for the process to be finished. If you have questions, this one is ready to answer.
I do have questions. I would be much obliged to hear what you have to say about it. I think I'll start off with... We came here with something called an index, or we planned to come here with something like that. Would there be a way to procure another? Or is it something far too valuable to be so easily obtained again?
Valuable it is, unattainable it is not. An index is a connection, a storage point. It is a memory of those of my kind. To demonstrate, the creature will show an index, leaving the back of its head, going back inside.
If I'm remembering correctly from what we learned, you are the one who governs the engines of this, gestures to the ground, this vessel.
It is one of my many modus operandi. Yes, this one serves many faculties. The engines of propulsion, the engines of life, the engines of creation.
Are you aware of the things taking place on the surface of the foe continent?
Awareness to my functionality therein. I have only just awakened, and I sense that my connection has been severed to some parts. This one is confused by such an occurrence. It is of no doubt that a malfunction has occurred. It is to be seen if it is within attainable and acceptable parameters. Such errors within the margins are acceptable.
Well, if I'm to get you up to speed, things are not exactly as to the plan that this vessel was sent here for. Stuck in, I believe, the Atlas phase, this vessel sits, harboring souls of those who have traveled and have yet to pass.
Have you seen the index that you speak of showed you?
I have.
Look upon my visage. Be not afraid. No harm shall come to you.
He will look respectfully.
Think of what you saw.
She'll concentrate and try and bring up as many things as there were that she was able to focus on during her time with the index.
Creature holds
Stuff
up its hand, and light will pour through your eyes from the inside out. And all the images of your memory will begin to construct themselves in light in front of the angel. Eventually, they will finish their construction, and the angel will spread the images outwards, arranging them into their appropriate and logical format, and begin to read what you saw on the index. A malfunction indeed. The Atlas phase has been delayed. My awakening, it seems, is not early, but late. Fortuitous that you have done so, and that which is broken may be made whole once more.
There may be some other information I can provide about what's transpiring, though I don't think you were able to derive it from from these images.
Speak then.
After an unfortunate incident when we were gathering this information, something overtook us, taking both the index and a dear friend of ours. And after doing so, his body was overtaken by a strong force, a leviathan, who tried to conspire us to bring this vessel into the ocean. It heads toward the Azure, or at least in that direction. We know not what its plans are, but doubtless unless it can find assistance, it won't be an easy task for it to bring this continent down. But it's still something I fear for.
The Leviathans are jealous parasites. They seek to feast on this world in their ravenous, unbound hunger. Only the grace of the seven-pointed star to stop. And yet, in their hypocrisy, they turn upon us. This one has always found their behavior most counterintuitive. Be not afraid. The leviathans hold terror and fear as shadows upon the wall. They have long since been our enemy, and they have long since been unsuccessful against the might of the Taladoni. We
I'm
shall
not saying
find
it.
this wandering anchor it has found, and it shall be destroyed, and the leviathans stopped.
Understood.
Now then, tell me of those that have awakened it, for you have awakened improperly, or else you would know who you are.
I assume by that you mean who I am in this form. We've learned a good amount about the lives these vessels once led. At least a few of my companions have become privy to this knowledge. Mine still sleeps. And I'm sure it will tell me when it's ready. Until then, this is my form, and I'll use it until I can't anymore.
That confirms this one's suspicion. You know not what you are, or who you were. Perhaps it is because of a lack of stimuli. With that, the creature will move its hand softly, reach out towards you. With a singular snap of hard light, power flows through the area, and a vision flashes across your eyes. You find yourself seated with your fellows, attending yet another class. Around you, they all look more or less the same uniforms, the same weapons stowed beneath their learning modules. As you stare at the Taladoni mage in front of you, gesturing at different arcane formulae, mentioning the different words, power or otherwise, in order to enact the formulae, and indeed, all the other, shall we say, requirements, parameters, and traditions when it comes to enacting such powerful magics. Your eyes wander to the window, and outside, you see it. The infinite, black, inky, shining beauty of the astral sea. Swirling colors barely seen create a tapestry of blinking lights that slowly but surely move past. Closer and closer you know that you will be to your destination. You reflect on the scions and how their teachings have been passed down, and of what you stand to inherit. You look back up, and this time the scene changes. You find yourself on the ground. All around you, the great vessel of Conflux slowly begins to descend into the ocean. Water is parted, steam, froth, and squall are summoned from the sheer size of the vessel. You stand excitedly just on the coast, watching the great, dark form of the vessel slowly lurch into the water. In front of you, as far as you can see, is the vessel itself. Many spikes resonating with the Leylenic energies, and an infinite metallic flatness. Order, the highest degree. Vision flashes once more. You find yourself standing on the edge of the first greenery. The engines move. Conflux shifts, spreading itself from its traveling form outward, wider, stronger. A foundation for a new world. And in the next, you see something strange. You see people approach. They have fearful look in their eyes. They point towards you, indicating that you should go back inside. And so you do. With the others dressed as you, you know it is time to sleep. For when you awaken, the Scions will be ready to enlist you as their servants. And then, when the work is finished and they return to Maltos, you are to inherit the world here. With a last excited smile, your eyes close, and the vision fades. Ah, I see. A colonist, primed and prepared to breathe new life.
Dear, she was here from the start.
Always, you share a body and a mind, although the soul has long since left.
Feel it within those memories, her excitement, her anticipation for what was to come. Why is it that she saw so much potential in what this has turned into?
The potential is still being fulfilled. The process simply is not finished. Delayed, interrupted, but finished it shall be. Upon the binding, this world, this realm, will become a permanent place within this world, and all the boons shall be given to Maltos.
After everything I've learned about the Taladoni and their plans, I don't know if finishing these phases is what's right for this place, or for the rest of the planet that it resides upon. I don't agree with the Leviathan with sacrificing so many just to put an end to it, but I was told by a dear friend that we were given a second chance, and I'm not going to waste it.
Why do you speak in such a way? Why do you believe that the plan made is not the best one? Why?
Maltosians had her the Taladoni had their reasons for trying to gain what they can from this world, but what about the people here? What about the rest of this? What of the other continents?
Those that are here came with the vessel. They were always a part of the plan. As to the other continents, they are separated by an abyss filled with leviathan. It is not as if they will be able to interfere. It is customary to send chapters to speak with those of the other continents, other natives. Those that can be salvaged are welcomed into Maltos. Why is this not right?
You're saying they're to be welcomed. Does that mean that this star does not have long? Or simply that it can be so easily consolidated with the right means?
This one does not understand your reasoning.
Perhaps I don't either. Everything that we've learned only leads to more questions. Perhaps with time I can understand fully what they had planned to do, and maybe my opinions will change. Perhaps in that regard you'll be my teacher then, and enlighten me exactly how this final phase will be as beneficial as they thought it was when they first settled here. I may even get to know her a bit better.
This one understands. Observe. And with that, an explosion of magic will filter out from Denarius as you begin to see the astral sea in the form of an angel sight. All of its intricate points, all the different worlds that exist. And there are many, many of them. You can see that Maltos, where it is located, there is a signet indicating as such. And there is also, near the center, where Verum, the place you currently reside, can be found. And all throughout, you can see that Maltos has lines connecting different places, different nebulae, different shifting forms. And there are others that you see that are doing the same. Rival species, rival factions. And there is also a great blot of blackness and death. And underneath it, the eyeless. Maltos knows that it cannot face against the many threats that exist within creation without the help of others. But Maltos is blessed to be more than the others, and so must be shown those that have not what is missing, and then given. And then from that, innovation and unity. Only order can withstand the chaos of the leviathans, the chaos of the eyeless, the chaos of the world. All worlds. And with that, the lights fade.
You mentioned of the eyeless, and we've heard of them. In fact, if what we've read and what we've gained in knowledge is to be believed, to the north is where they reside, or at least where they were last seen before the information we gathered becomes less accurate.
There is always, or at least to a high percentage, an infection of eyeless when a journey of this length happens. Every vessel has protocols to deal with such things. It is quite standard.
Yes. If it was something that was planned, that you have a system with dealing with, what does that have to do with him? And she'll point to Yig's body. Lord Oron, or whatever he's called. Orabrek.
Scanning. Settler. Soldier. Class 5. Instructed with cleanup duty of eyeless presence. Awoken too soon.
I don't know if the information that we were given access to via the index would be of any use here. But it said it gave us access to it. Do you have said access to that information?
This one only has access to what was carried. This one must re-assimilate in order to learn what has happened with accuracy.
Is there a way for other angels or other beings of considerable knowledge to gain access to information from an index without physically interacting with it?
Would you like a demonstration again?
Not specifically, but I'm wary of something. The creature that took the index from us, it knew all too well where to find it, and it knew all too well how to deal with us. I don't know if it was privy to anything we said or anything we may have read when we interacted with it, but it seemed too sudden for me to just sit by and ignore.
Strange. Few creatures, not of my kind, can interact with an index to any reasonable use. A problem to be dealt when your strength has returned.
Indeed. The fact that I've made it this far.
It is time to rest. Another vat will open. This one is for you.
I do not know you well, Denarius, but you've done right by me and my friends, and I will not forget this kindness. She'll look closely at the other vats, and she'll place a hand on one of them. I'll see you all soon. Soon. And she'll climb into the vat.
So be it.
That's crazy, man.
And so,
I'm building.
And so, Master's Malice has come to its end.
Oh,
Been a pleasure.
yeah.
Alrighty. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You guys ready for a new campaign?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Let's kick some ass and chew some gum and make sure we don't die this time. Let's do it right.
No promises.
Semi-right.
I'll get us
I
there.
don't know, maybe about 75%.
Alright. Listen up, junipers.
Yep.
Let's pause Red Boat for a second.
Gotcha.
On it.
Pathological. Or am I? I am.
This is nuts.
I'm fucking gulping, dude.
Oh, that was a ride.
Dude. Here's for the longest running campaign so far.
I mean, 15 sessions.
15 sessions.
And how many deaths?
How many deaths? I don't know, maybe like
Near TPK.
technically one for each of us and one extra for you, Chrotus.
Oh no, Sashiv didn't die.
One for everyone. I was in a dying state before, but
You're unconscious is separate.
I would say if we're counting like actual deaths.
Technically, we've
Chrotus
died
is-
enough times for it to be a TPK.
Well, we've gone unconscious.
No, I mean like actually.
Oh.
Oh, besides Sashiv, obviously.
Yeah.
But I mean like almost everyone. I'm not counting Sashiv in this. Don't say I'm wrong. You're wrong.
Alright, so here's what's going down.
Scoop, dog.
Well,
For real?
Master's Malice has come to its end, and now you get to choose a new campaign. So, while you're in the vat, there's a bunch of shit that's happening. First of all, your vessels are being reconstituted. However,
Right.
there's a couple things that go with that. This is a resurrection process that does allow your souls to return to the vessels that they've been clinging to. And it also has the added benefit of it repairs things that were broken that you did not know, meaning that you'll come out of this at level 5.
whoa!
Oh, that's a 2-level jump. What the? Oh my god.
Oh,
Look at
Oh my
Ragnar.
god.
Take that, Ragnar.
Class 5, level 5. Let's go.
Hey yo, we speed ran those 2 levels. Let's go.
continue.
Just a delayed interpretation.
Bro, it's just our growth spurt. We're just late bloomers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Lolly, if you're watching this, I'm gonna kill your entire campaign or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this power.
As you were saying, Arcadum.
I'm just eating chips, dog.
Fair enough.
Nice.
But anyway, this comes with some added, let's call them benefits for now. So, you get to decide what your next campaign is, and you get to decide it while you're in a protoplasmic state. So the Quicksilver allows you to kind of meld with one another's wishes and minds as you're all kind of connected to each other as you're fed in and out of the machine. Your souls mingle. So essentially, you're able to make this decision both in and out of character simultaneously. So there's a number of ways that we can take this. And that's what I want to spend the session doing. Because whichever direction you take, which is completely up to you, will have enormous impact on the game as a whole for everyone else as well as yourselves. Because you have awoken Denarius, that means you have actually activated the next phase of play, because now the engine of life is awake. Which means that the delays that were put into place are slowly becoming undone. So, places that were hidden, things that were lost, things that once slept, no longer anymore. Things such as animals, things such as monsters, beasts, mutations, all sorts of other things. So,
That's off.
first thing you need to decide, and this is going to be kind of open-ended discussion-wise, you need to decide, we should probably decide ideology first. And that is, do you support the Taladoni or not? If answer is yes, then there are campaigns listed under the Taladoni ideology. If answer is no, then there are alternates that you can choose from that are not associated with the ideology. Thankfully, as you do have the index and you are able to access some of the data therein, I can answer limited questions about the ideology of the Taladoni if you wish.
You're saying we have the index as in Denarius? Because we don't have our old index.
Okay, you misunderstand. You are in the juice vats, and the way that your bodies are being reconstituted, you become a part of Denarius' matrix, which means that you gain access to a kind of like an echo of his knowledge. This allows you to ask me questions while you're in and out of character at the same time.
Okay. I like that. Then I would like to learn about the ideology, just so we get a better scope of what we're doing.
Remember, these questions are not the DM answering them. This is from the perspective of the Taladoni themselves, so you can take whatever you want with whatever brain of whatever you want.
Gotcha.
So, the Taladoni believe that magic is the highest pursuit that anyone could ever possibly attain. It is higher than morality, it is higher than everything else. The reason is because through sufficient magical and also technological progress, which is believed to be an offshoot of magic, one is able to create options that were never once there, so that morality, therefore, in that state, can never truly be true to itself, for there are always options missing. So, choosing to be good or evil, lawful or chaotic, is a attitude of pointless futility. Because how can you make a decision and say that it is just if you do not have all the options? Ignorance is the only true foe that exists. Ignorance is the only evil that there is. So, Taladoni believe that those with magic have a specific requirement, an obligation to use their powers for the greater good. And those that do not have magic need to be put in places where they are able to assist with their output.
Define assist.
The definition of assist is those without magic are given a place to live, work, and contribute to society in safety and security to the gaze of Taladon.
Is it forced?
The creature does not understand the question of forced.
Oh.
Why would a creature
Forced work?
Why would a creature choose oblivion?
Oh. So is it forced labor?
The creature does not have that kind of classification.
Oh, never mind then.
Because why would a creature not wish to work in order to provide for itself in the place that it lives?
Yeah, the alternative is starvation and death. It's like living under a king.
Yeah, I can see that.
Does the Taladoni believe this to be that by their means all whatever methods they use are justified by?
The only justification that truly matters is what can help the whole. The cries of few, although tragic to be lost, do not outweigh the needs of the many.
Denarius did mention that his connection to the greater whole is still severed, or is it being fixed?
Denarius is only using the data that it had when it was dormant, meaning it's not fully up to date on anything that's actually happened.
Of course.
If it's detected the malfunction, does it know anything about the AI that went rogue? Or the one that's not accounted for among the 6?
Denarius is alone. It has not accessed any of the other angels. So it does not
Okay.
even know that there is a rogue AI, nor even that conceptualization should even be possible. Although, there are such a thing as a malfunctioning AI. For what angel would, on purpose, turn against the logic of the Taladoni?
I wonder.
Dismissed.
By extension, because we're getting the information, that would flow through the index effectively, would it get any information that we would have, i.e. iron crimes, about their existence?
It should have taken everything I had.
Yes, it knows of the iron crimes. It is not an unsettling thing for the agent.
Does it know of a way to make them to cease their functionality without, is there a way to deal with them outside of direct conflict, or is there a way to shut them down indirectly?
Why would you want to shut them down?
Fair point.
Yeah. Well, we'll fight the eyeless ones.
Yeah, that's a fair
To be
point.
fair, the last one we did fight did try to kill us, so...
Yeah,
But that one was
malfunctioning.
programmed separately. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Why would you want to shut it down?
That
which is
was my bad.
malfunctioning?
That was my bad. I'm sorry, guys. That was my bad.
No, you're good. But we were the ones trying to get information. We're all accountable for this.
Well, actually, no. It's Chell's fault.
What's
Was that Roxy?
I'm thinking how to phrase it. Give me a second.
I mean, I know my answer on how I feel about the Taladoni.
What do you feel about the Taladoni?
I mean, I don't know if I can answer neutral to this, but it's more like I'm just trying to keep the innocents alive, man. I'm just trying to keep them safe.
Then, from what it's told us, it may be their spectrum is more of the bigger picture outweighs the incidents that occur along the way there, as long as the whole survives and can flourish.
The Taladoni's belief structure isn't limited by what is viewed by the angel as more primitive classifications of moralities, because the technology difference and the magical power difference between Maltos and most other planets is so much so that those planets operate within a limited perspective of what morals even are. For example, which is an example that the angel gives. For example, there was one planet that believed that only the strong should survive because their children would be stronger and would be more likely to survive. And on that said planet, there were terrifying beasts that constantly hunted and killed the people that lived there. So, in their society, the strong was instantly moral and just because the weak could do nothing to defend their point. Now, obviously, the Taladoni know that that isn't right. Just because an idea is weak does not mean that it does not have value, and just because an idea is strong does not mean that it is the best. The Taladoni, when they landed their vessel upon that world, indoctrinated the primitive individuals into learning that their viewpoint of strength and weakness was in fact so limiting that even though they were morally just, they were not living efficiently, both economically, both aesthetically, and morally, happily, in pretty much every measurement of the population. And now, that planet is reported to be a pleasure world.
It's a good thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Although, it should be noted that there have been some reports of unsanctioned piracy.
Will always be an underbelly.
Well, the thing about sacrifice the few, save the many kind of idea and mentality is that this is on a cosmic level. So when we say that sacrifices must be made, that can
Sacrifice, you
include
can
like
mean
an
a couple
entire
billion.
planet.
Potentially,
Couple billion, couple trillion.
Hmm.
You know, a couple.
So
A couple of worms.
it's a really tough decision to make because obviously in character, I wouldn't want to see the planet destroyed. I've made many friends along the way in my travels.
There's nothing saying the world will be destroyed.
Would Denarius be able to answer if this vessel fully finishes its phases and makes it all the way to binding? Would it be? Would the effects of its hold on the dream? Would it be released, or would it be more so solidified? With us being
With any luck, the dream will be completely abolished.
What?
The dream is chaos purified.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief.
That's kind of a dead giveaway now.
The angel
Now I
detects your
know it.
hesitation and asks
I know
why.
it hurts. That's what some people need to do.
That's a very good question.
Why?
Why do the winds blow?
Barometric pressure.
What's a barometric?
And thus you see
From
the
what-
angel's point.
I would know that. I know barometric pressure.
from what we know of this vessel and what we know of the dream is more native to what we're privy to. So it's this course to us that seems unnatural or chaotic. Though it's probably different if we were just here in our own bodies, rather than thrown into a vessel and told that basically we're trapped here.
What would happen to the deities Ion and Woad if the dream were to no longer exist?
For the first time, the angel abandons its pure logic and actually scoffs at the term deity.
Oh, so it's an atheist. Okay.
I'm sorry, you said God, not science. Perish.
The angel reclassifies the term deity as there is no such thing as a deity in terms of a worshipable entity. There are simply powerful creatures that exert such influence and power, which can be exemplified, provided for, and of course countered. Owen and Woad, as you say, are in fact shrouds of a predator race that exists at the edge of outer plane space. Their ability to interact with the dream, however, is something that is unknown to this one. However, the dream is simply chaos personified, manifested directly into the consciousness of those that would otherwise use logic. The angel suspects that they would probably grow weaker or perhaps die. It does not actually know.
Dreams.
Should be clear that the angel has no desire, at least according to its parameters, to destroy the dream, simply to cut off those that live here from it. Because chaos is a natural force in the universe. There must be some chaos.
Yes.
But there is way too much.
If it says that it knows that this system was designed to keep the residents here from interacting with the dream, then can it explain how we as non-residents found our way into
Malfunction detected. It is not. That was not supposed to happen. The reason that the residents within the vessel of Conflux were prevented from entering the dream was to prevent from any of their souls to be lost in transit. For, in the dreaming state of sleep, the soul can be left behind if the body is moving too quickly. So, a shield of sorts is generated around the vessel in order to prevent the soul from being lost while in suspended animation.
A lot of information. Drink of water.
And furthermore, the reason that the dream was prevented access to the Conflux was so that people would be awakened in the appropriate order, and that there would be less chaos upon their awakening.
You said that the world has, or the universe, or whatever, has too much chaos. What would be the ideal amount of chaos? The balance, per se.
You see the shining planet of Maltos.
I see.
What's its direct opposite? Planet-wise.
The angel hesitates and shows you another planet that looks similar to Maltos, but you see that it is covered in dust. The lights are dimmed, and there is a lonely, soft wind that blows through.
Why has this not been turned into a pleasure planet?
The angel responds, for it is the homeworld of Ragnar, the rebels. Alright, now that you've asked those questions, a secondary ideology is now available for you to explore and perhaps take it up for yourselves, and that is the Ragdarian ideology.
What is that?
The Ragdarian ideology is the preposterous and short-sighted, remember this is through the angel's perspective, the preposterous and short-sighted attempt of those that would follow the way of Maltos, but would exchange the hierarchy system, which is order, for a chaotic application of forced equilibrium, and through that, allow anyone to access the dream. That chaos is the great equalizer. Specifically, the Ragdarians believe that those that have no magic, whereas the Taladoni would see that they are taken care for and are stored someplace where they would not be harmed, would instead be subjected to rituals that are dangerous and harmful in order to grant them magic. A barbaric application of forced theory.
How many times has this planet reintegration process been done to its knowledge?
246 times.
And how many of them resulted in success?
243.
That's 3 failures, then?
5.
Yeah.
One incomplete, 2 failures.
How is that to scale? What's this going off?
The scale is about, according to the angel's knowledge of the space of the astral sea, Maltos has about a quarter.
Huh. So is that bad? Is that good?
That's good, but not as much as Maltos would like.
How much would they like?
All of it.
Huh.
Why would they not? None should be left to ignorance.
When I got
your eyes.
To be clear,
able
the
to
map
read-
that the index revealed was only that of Taladonic space. And now I get to reveal something overall. So, the space map that I revealed throughout all of my games is actually only one section of the galaxy, and that is specifically Taladonic space.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God.
More lore.
Well,
Pour me a
time
nice
for
cup.
everything in my brain to shatter.
Unfurls the rest of the map. So anyway,
Get ready, scribes.
Rest of the map.
So anyway.
Holy shit! This changes everything.
Oh,
Wow.
you got a lot of work to do, starting right now. I think I was playing Elden Ring. Why does the map keep getting bigger?
Bro.
What do you mean it
Oh,
won't
nice.
stop?
Now we can unlock the DLC pack.
Oh boy.
Very
Man.
nice. If I had to choose to die in space, I'd be a happy, happy man.
I have a question for Denarius. What do the Taladoni think about music?
Frequency, sound, timing. It's beautiful math.
It is indeed beautiful.
when I gained its memories, am I able to read Taladoni now?
Yeah.
Or, okay, could I, since this is going to be a process for us to recover, would Denarius be willing to teach those who don't know it?
I'm fine with knowing it.
Just so that we're able to actually understand
Download
what we
complete.
read.
Oh my.
Excellent.
Knowledge.
Oh, nice. And my brain is bigger.
Now,
Knowledge.
If curiosity was the Taladoni for screw you.
you
know
have
what?
here-
Any other questions you'd like to ask?
I do have one. It would be, this is purely asking for his opinion on the matter. And it can be as blunt or as empty as he wants it to be. It is, in your opinion, is there a way to adjust the Taladoni's plan while still keeping it to its main goal?
Why would
And-
the plan be adjusted?
Chaos.
What
In case there
inefficiency?
isn't the option.
What inefficiencies in the plan do you see?
The illogical thought of saving those on the. This is a question. When the plan goes through and the magic is sent and the connection is made with Maltos, what happens to the rest of the world?
It continues to exist in perpetual harmony and safety.
Insight check that.
The creature is not lying. It believes that.
Oh no. I am. Oh yeah.
I'm assuming it's just telling us exactly what it believes. Like I'm not taking everything to it. I'm not going to take everything to heart.
Then here's a question. If there are so many vessels that are stored here with the priority of keeping souls intact, are there any high-ranking Taladoni officials that it is aware of that we could speak to?
The Council of Maltos has some of its Taladoni mages on board. However, the creature is unable to access them at this point, as it must reintegrate with the Matrix.
Another question. If we don't agree with the Taladoni and do not want to go with their plan, what is Denarius going to do with our bodies?
Denarius does not understand the statement.
Understood.
What does Denarius know about? Oh, go ahead, please.
I was just asking for permission to rephrase.
Sure.
Tell me if I get it wrong. Are you asking what will happen? Like, if we say no, are you asking if we'll be, like, destroyed or something?
Yeah, if we decide that we want to go against the Taladoni and don't want to go with their plan for whatever reason, whether it be logical or not, will we be considered threats and eliminated? Kind of like how Lux's old body is on track to probably not exist very long.
In the strange and unlikely sense that you do not see the logic in the Taladoni's plan, you would not be destroyed. We are not barbarians. You will be reconstructed, put in better health, and then re-educated vigorously.
Also tortured.
And they
Nice. Be some good old torture.
I won't lie. This thing is convincing me, mainly because in character, that's what Axel would want.
My thought process for this whole thing is, while it may be a process unfamiliar to her, it would be that we would still be part of the framework to make it happen if we assist it. And while they may be following a protocol to make things happen, we can assist it in ways that would help more than if we just sat idly by and let things happen.
To be clear, there is no insidiousness from the angel. You get the feeling that if you didn't actually want to help the Taladoni, it would not imprison you or kill you.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that.
Oh,
my thought is that since two of our vessels were directly related to, well, I mean, pretty much all of them were related to this, but with what we know and what we're able to gather from it, we may be able to indirectly impact how the process proceeds to, at least in our minds, make it more sound, even though their process says there's no issues. Sound by our standards, I guess, is more what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, she'll ask, what do you know of one called Chorus the Call?
Ending.
Chorus the call. Error. Files missing.
This is a side question. During the sort of images that Sashiv would have gotten, would she have realized her name? Well, her vassal's name?
No.
Ah, okay.
What about Asmund and the Callus? Dean.
Asmodid, the Callus, council member of Maltos, was attached to the vessel of Conflux in order to ensure that the ambitions of those upon Verum would be held in check. Preliminary scans revealed that individuals upon the realm of Verum have high ambition rates, thus further increasing the chance of conflict.
See. So I think the information we got a while back about the council and stuff of how, they're alive or missing, I think what it means by missing and not like MIA is that it's actually missing the data.
That makes sense. And we know about Zarkel's Eternal Vault, but what can it tell us more about Zarkel's place on in the council?
Zarkel, the Eternal. Constant commitment to the study of life energy, the procurement and prolongation of life, for death is inefficient.
Makes sense.
Does it know what's in the vault?
Negative.
Fair enough. It's his vault.
There is someone you probably would know, but that's actually something I was going to ask. What does it know about Zarkel's apprentice, aka the Master Below?
Ooh.
Fine, not found.
Uh-oh.
Hmm.
Makes sense if it was dormant for a while. Zarkal could be, his apprentice could be a recent development.
But the index had information on it, so it was probably something that was set as a different project. It's much like where we found that index.
Yeah.
We found that in Karun,
Plus
which isn't even a main station.
Yeah, because we got to remember this thing's banks are out of date.
Yeah. The index was, how was the phrasing? A memory? Basically a screenshot. So the index could have had more up-to-date information than dear Denarius here.
Yeah, Denarius was sleeping while this thing still had some relative activity on the surface before things went down.
What's the last entry of information that Denarius had before they were shut down?
Ask again?
What's the last piece of information that Denarius had before they were shut down?
Error. File not found.
That's not good.
Interesting.
This isn't really related to what you guys were asking. I was just going to put this one in chat.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's a good question, yeah. Does he have... once we get out of here, would he be able to provide us with anything to assist us? Any armaments of any kind? Or is that beyond his spectrum and his facility?
That's determined by your decision of what campaign you take.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Is there a list of the campaigns we can take? Or?
I think it depends on what we choose, what ideology we follow first.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm leaning Taladoni.
You don't get to know what they are until you choose a side.
Yeah. I mean, if it's... After hearing this, I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards the Taladoni, but it's like... I don't know what, like, reteaching and vigorously, like, just in that order, I don't know what that means specifically.
Re-education is pretty easy to understand.
I mean, like, re-education, but the vigorously was added on pretty ominously there.
Yeah.
You know what Clockwork Orange is? It's that scene.
Clockwork.
You know, where he's just sat there with his eyes forcefully pulled open.
Oh. It's not so bad.
And what I think is, like, if we want to make the most impact without causing the most trouble, we can kind of regulate how we do things while still striving for everyone, striving to save as many as we can.
Yeah.
We could deal with the Leviathan, we can assist in fixing the things that are wrong with the vessel, and in doing so, it says that it is a potential that the dream could collapse, but it is not a guarantee. There may even be ways around it.
Yeah,
And while that may not be their primary directive to find a way around it, we want to find something that is as amenable as we can get.
That's like a greater thing, because as far as the star map shows, that's only, 25% of the actual universe, by its knowledge?
Of the known universe, at least.
Yeah. Or, Taladoni space. Just because they succeed and finish their project here doesn't necessarily mean the dream's going to collapse. Like, the dream is literally astral space, if I remember correctly.
Right. So. This is just from his perspective. So, like I said, it would be going off of what he's told us, and Sashiv trusts him. At least trust that what he says is true. That their plan does not involve unnecessary brutality in order to get their goal done. It is for a cause that everyone may live the way they live, which is better. Quotes. So,
not the best, because
cut
that
off
goes
the
against
dream.
their ideology.
Say again?
Sorry. How does the force field that protects Conflux cut off the dream?
Classified.
Do you know who has classifications to figure that out?
Level 7.
Okay.
Is there any?
How many level 7 personnel are on the continent?
Error. Database not up to date.
Thanks.
Understood.
I mean, considering things, 7's probably like the highest.
Well, it may not know how many are on the continent, but how many were there when they traveled here?
49.
Oh.
Okay.
More than 7.
That's
Probably
7
not.
sevens.
It is. It is 7-7.
Oh my god. At one point, they referred to Yeek's vessel over brain
Or on Borrowback.
as
Or-
a cardinal. What does that mean?
Borobreak. Moron.
Oh, were you asking me? Sorry. I was.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your question again?
At one point, at the Shrine of Karun, it referred to Yeek's vessel to some degree a cardinal. I wanted to ask what that is, or we even have access to that.
To the Taladoni, a cardinal is one who has seen. It is a special title given out by the council.
And how many cardinals were on the vessel?
Classified.
Understood.
Is Lord Oron considered a cardinal?
Classified. Prepare for imprisonment.
Yep.
Shit.
No,
com-
please,
No.
please let me out. Let me out,
To
please.
prison.
I want to get
Not
off this
again, not
funky ride.
Not again.
I'm not going back to prison, guys. I won't do it.
Bro, why is the place shaking? Oh, God.
I won't
One
lie.
second, I have more questions, but I have to.
Uh,
I have more questions, but
Out
How
of
many
curiosity.
Council of Maltos again?
7.
Sorry to interrupt you.
What's up?
That'll work.
Figured 7. How many are in the Council of Maltos?
There's 7.
Out of curiosity, would it be able to pull the image of the silencer out of our collective consciousness?
Yeah.
Maybe we would have any information on what that is, or at least, you know.
Good thinking, SilverSiege.
It does know what that is. A third ideology is now available.
Uh-oh.
For it seems that the creature has finally been given evidence of malfunction. It would seem that for whatever reason, Primus, the primordial, the angel that is essentially the archangel that makes sure that all other functionalities are going as directed, has, for some reason or other, gone rogue. It has removed itself from the systems and have, through the evidence located within you, it's now attempting to reverse the process. And the being that you see is actually one of his kind. It is an angelic presence, but it has been given the designation fallen angel, or in the Taladoni translation, fate eater.
Oh.
now she's definitely leaning more towards Taladoni.
You said there was another ideology?
Yeah, and that is
That's the one.
No. The third ideology that you can choose, because now you've uncovered it, is the Fate Eaters. You can become a fallen.
you know,
And the ideology of the Fate Eaters, essentially, do not believe that the predetermined fate that Taladoni have been constructed for everyone is against the natural state of the world. An angel that has tasted of the dream has seen that both Ragnar and Taladon Taladoni are wrong. And instead, it sees only the freedom that people can feel. But first, a terrible, terrible task lies ahead of them. In order to ensure that people have freedom, their fates must be corrected. Especially those of the fateless. For the fateless are the most vulnerable to indoctrination.
That sounds
Sounds
good.
terrible. I'm
Alright.
assuming that means like
So she's shaking in her vat right now. She's so mad.
So okay, what does it mean by fateless?
The fateless, according to this representation, is that the fateless are essentially motorcycles going very fast. No.
Oh my god,
So,
can't
that's-
believe it.
Can we make that canon?
so,
please?
there's two things. Your revelations are because there's predetermined. Okay, I have to explain this a little bit like metaphysics here. The reason why you are able to incorporate a vessel and have access to its memories is that that's how much order the Taladoni use in their magic, is that people's fates are predetermined to a certain extent. Enough so that people are more accepting of their their caste system. The Ragdarians also follow the same active order. They just agree with what to do with the people that don't have magic. That's their two main opposing viewpoints, but everything else about them is relatively the same. However, the Fallen do not agree with that. They think that this indoctrination, this enforcement of fate, is the ultimate restriction of freedom, and that such things must be consumed. And once those are consumed, then they may have true freedom. The idea is to make those that were fated fateless, but those that are already fateless are too dangerous to allow to exist. The reason being is that a fateless body, one that has no fate predetermined, means that it is able to collect the order but without direction. So essentially, according to the Fallen, each and every single fateless character that exists is a walking time bomb that, if exploded, will cause untold devastation.
The goal is to get everybody
bomb you're
faithless. Sorry.
They don't want that.
No, they do. They just don't want those that are already fateless to exist, because the ones that are not made fateless by them, those fateless are too vulnerable to the energies around them and become too destructive. The Fallen, by the mad angel of Primus, wishes for the Conflux, the vessel, to become its own state, to become its own continent, and to allow to have its chance to decide for itself what its fate may be. And the methodology that must be used in order to do this is to remove everybody else's preordained fate.
Probably gonna sound, I don't know, evil or something. Like, say that I kind of see the logic in all of this. But it's like, why? I mean, I know why, but don't answer that. But like,
Here's a question. If Denarius is able to re-establish connection and get up-to-date information, how much control will he... I mean, I'm sure he'll have control over his section of the region, but how much influence does he have over the Ardent?
Absolute. It's the engine of creation.
Does that mean
Or
he
engine
can...
of life,
Does he have...
excuse me.
He was able to see us on our way here even before he was fully awakened. Would he just be able to locate things of interest within this region if he's fully powered?
If he's fully powered, places of interest will begin to appear across the map as long since abandoned functions or dormant functions begin to activate. The entirety of the Ardent, and indeed the Conflux, will change irrevocably.
Would he be able to locate specific individuals just moving on the surface if he gained control of his region again?
that can't be answered. He doesn't know the state of the surface.
Fair.
I mean, we went through some hell of a flux storms. At least that tells them that things aren't good.
Yeah, does Denarius know about flux storms?
Denarius
My
does
skin
know
got
about
turned.
flux storms. Yes. Denarius states that the flux storms, as you call them, are actually regular energy emissions from the spheres. It is required in order to provide the energy to terraform the vessel into livable space. So through the engine of life's outlook, the flux storms are just simply the process in which terraforming is completed.
If he knew what direction we were going and had control, could he regulate it so we'd have less flux storms in that direction?
Negative. That is not his ability to control.
Okay.
The flux storm energies belong to an angel known as a Vicinica.
I have a question that it's completely irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant, but I want to ask it anyway. Could he identify it and see if that belt I had got has any properties, or is it just a belt? The one that I pulled out of the flaming tornado.
It is a belt.
Excellent.
Just a belt.
Belt acquired. I was just curious.
I'll be like, of?
Well, whenever you see a skin, you could all beat our asses in for causing that much trauma.
It's actually a belt of... Wow. It's a belt of hands holding.
Amazing.
That is my favorite spell belt.
So advanced.
+1 to swag.
Seneca, Cyclosphere's administration.
Or you see, there's more to this belt than meets the eye. It's just a regular belt.
If this belt meets the eye, it's gonna hurt.
It's no ordinary belt.
Yes. So we got the ideology of the Taladoni, we got Ragdar, and now we got the Fateless,
The Fate Eaters.
the Fallen.
I think I have enough information to make a decision.
Then shall we just do it in our chat, or we could just do it in general right here in Master's Malice. So we'll say
One Ragnar.
First one's Taladon, second's...
yes. So why don't you type it up?
Just type out the name of them. It's gonna be easier that way.
Because I already know this is like the yes, the no, and the in between.
Oh well, to be clear, Leviathan is still a choice.
Oh,
True.
yeah,
Don't
but
forget
that's
about
something
that.
I already made sure I didn't want to do.
It's probably a better.
I'm just saying, it is.
It's there.
You could always choose
Definitely.
violence.
I love violence. As much as I love violence, I didn't build this character for that.
Great. Everybody got their things.
Yeah, I
like
got
that?
my vote. I
Same.
know what I want to pick.
All right,
Taladoni, Ragdar,
3,
Fate Eaters.
2, 1, post.
And looks like we're siding with the Taladoni.
Taladoni.
So
You
be
did
it.
that. Calvin, you did that because you thought it was funny.
No, I think Fate Eaters is really.
Nah, I'm
freaking
joking.
cool.
I'm
They
joking.
killed our friend.
And
There is no redemption for them.
Alrighty. Well then, everybody. We've got some shit to do. First of all,
Thank your lucky stars.
as the angel sees that you have accepted the Taladon, the embrace of the Taladoni, you will be draped in new clothing. For this angel requires its seraphim,
Ooh.
which
Oh.
are tech knights.
Hey, yo!
And so, a new series of subclasses have now been released. Oh boy, and I've got to get them typed up. Okay.
Yig did say he wanted power armor.
I want power armor. That is something I want.
Okoli dokoli, neighborinos. In addition to that,
Hey, yo, you know that one?
Denarius will notice that you are low in number and will awaken one of the other vats in order to add to your rank and file.
Axel!
And such, Axel awakens in a vat of ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I'm alive.
That's what
I'm
it's about.
finally back.
Yeah, baby! Woo!
New character introduced during the season finale.
All right.
Yep.
So, all in all,
cliffhangers.
I have a lot of work to do as I have subclass to prepare that you can take selections of. And congratulations, Master's Malice has now come to its end.
Thank you.
And thus,
Our season.
the new campaign, which we will start next week, is called Order and Omens.
That's cool. Dude, we get the cool names. That's right. All of you guys suck. We get the cool names.
Raykar's Rebellion is kind of a cool name. Also, by the way,
Yeah, but we got order.
Your ass. We come
They don't
for
have-
your
they don't
ass.
have order.
Our Rebellion.
Yeah, we're their
We gonna
enemies now,
get you.
technically.
We're like,
For your ass, Lolly.
finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle shall be legendary.
Legendary.
Usabiro, though, I heard he can summon hot men.
Oh, fuck. Now I wish I was on his
Oh,
side.
yeah.
All right. Well, I got a lot of rewriting to do.
Woo.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
Done.
So, I mean,
Bro.
also new maps in order too.
Yeah, I gotta order new maps.
I was joking about the Iron Man suit, you know? I was joking about the Iron Man suit.
Well,
Are we just gonna get all of our old stuff back? Are we gonna get a new outfit or
No,
something?
you're gonna get a whole new set of shit, guys.
Yeah. We need to get art.
Those slavers can keep my old armor for the new.
So we're gonna get Power Ranger.
Oh, it's okay. I already deleted your entire inventories beforehand.
Oh, don't
yeah,
worry.
we don't have
Yeah, I
anything.
noticed.
Inventory? What's that?
Also, I have to put my Yig points at 0 since this is a new season, and I already expended all of those on Sashiv when I died.
Yeah, I will insist if we're gonna be Power Rangers, I get yellow. No question.
I call red. I call red.
I call red. I have
I
red
call-
already in my.
I call
I already
red.
have red in my art. No.
Dips.
No.
Dips.
Now see,
To be
he
fair,
gets to be
Yig does have
you
red,
gotta
it's just
be
blood.
Crimson.
Wow. all these fucking posers want to be the Red Ranger when Billy's there, dude. Be the Blue Ranger.
Bro, I don't want to be the. I don't. I
I
was
think you
joking. I
misspoke.
want
You
to be the
said Pink
Blue
Ranger
Ranger.
there, right?
Yeah.
No, I said Blue Ranger, and I'll say it again, dude. Black Ranger is
Ranger,
also
Red Ranger.
acceptable.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
dude.
Bro, you
Who's
already
your
know
favorite
I'm gonna
Dino
pick the Black
Thunder?
Ranger just because I'm uncancelable.
The Green Ranger, get out of here.
That was
Bro, you probably smoke weed
Tony,
most of the time.
just because Tony can play flute on his dagger like a fucking
Bruh.
weirdo.
I don't know if anyone here watched Dino Thunder, but that was one of my biggest fucking
Oh,
pog
man.
moments when, like, the original Red Ranger became one of the original Red Rangers came back as the Black Ranger. That was sick
Oh,
as
yeah.
fuck, dude.
Dun, 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 dun,
Tommy!
dun, 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 dun.
You know, I was making some fan art, but now it's fucking happy. It's too happy.
Am I making?
All right, well, that'll be it for tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
It was
running,
a
boss
very
man.
nice game.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Shall we?
We went the distance, and I brought the boys back. Let's go!
Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Sashiv. I can't give my sentiments right now, but trust me, they're there.
Oh, our souls are
yeah.
mingling right now, bro.
Yeah,
We're
we're
brain
mingling.
hug.
Bro, we're all sharing a bar drink, dude. We're all dapping each other up. We're all playing cards or something. Like, dude,
Mhm.
we eating up on
That
our
was just
souls.
cheating.
That was amazing.
That was great. You all played nice there. Very nice.
Very cool.
Very good.
Fan art?
Ah, shit! I gotta add
Am I
memes to
fanning?
fan
Am
art.
I arting?
The employee of the month. Yeah, that's good. That's very
Yeah,
good.
I don't know if you
wanna
saw
be
I
here.
don't know if you saw the last picture that Egg drew, and it was Sashiv and it was Sashiv, Yig, and Sabiro doing the character interviews for the new players, and that's he gave me Employee of the Month for not dying.
Oh yeah,
Told you so.
I remember that. Told you so.
Binaric screeching. Yep.
What's the new campaign called now?
Order and Omen.
Order and Omens.
Bro, we got a cool ass name.
We are cool.
Very cool.
Very awesome. Very cool. Very
We were
awesome.
now we're all.
I gotta make new.
No, it's
I get to make overlay now.
I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers. My mom thought it was too violent. Dude, they just.
Bro, I just didn't watch.
Dude,
I didn't watch
they
Power
bleed
Rangers
sparks, bro. Like what?
Haven't you seen them do front flips in front of explosion?
I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't like the new one, the one on Nickelodeon. I didn't like that one.
Well,
Most of them suck.
anyone.
Only the original ones are best.
Yeah.
I've got to mix.
If I don't see Rita Repulsa, I don't give a shit, bro. If I don't see Zed,
Bro.
miss me.
Bro, I need to watch the old ones.
A lot of good stuff in there.
Power Rangers is an acid trip.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah.
All right, I think
Where are
that's
they
it.
keeping these Megazords?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I think that's it for
There's-
fan art.
There's one more.
Hey,
Oh, there's more? Oh, okay.
They put one more. This one's pretty good too.
Like Civil War.
Civil War Conflux.
Finally,
You guys like
PvP.
EVP?
EP, let's go.
We're gonna have to look. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to come together to defeat the Fade Eaters, bro. We're
Yeah,
gonna all
why not?
kiss and hug, and then we're gonna bump butts, and then we're gonna kill the Fade Eaters.
All right. Well, that's it for the fan art. Let's see if we've got any subarinos to thank. Looks
Any
like we
sub
just
sandwiches?
looks like we have one to thank, which is Yolk Bun for 8 months. What
Yolk
a cool
Bun.
guy. Yolk Bun.
No sniping today.
Yolk Bun.
Pardon me a moment.
Oh, there goes Siege.
I think we sniped everybody.
Yeah, everybody's been
Yeah.
sniped so far.
Oh shit.
This is like a
Thanks,
market.
SilverSiege. Thanks for the 10 gifted subs. And
Thank you,
Fixation, thanks for the 13 months, my guy.
Oh my goodness, very cool,
Very
very
cool.
cool,
Cool.
very cool.
Look at all this support. Feels good, man. Oh!
Look at all these nice little fellers.
For those of you that are not aware, the Living World, its first phase of testing, is currently active. So if you wish to participate in that, you will have to sign up for the Citizen tier of Patreon, but you can join in the Living World Discord and you can give it the old test. To be clear, this version is just us testing like automation, testing capacity, and stuff like that. We're probably going to be expanding that obviously as we go along in order to give people more stuff to do. But right now we're testing the traveling automation.
I've got a thing I'm trying to work on.
Caped Fish, thanks for the 10 gifted subs, man.
I'm gonna progress to that thing.
Oh yes, you can also just join if you want to read and watch as well. If you're into that kind of thing.
It's awesome.
You're into that kind of thing.
If you're into that kind of thing. Very
Any
cool.
lurkers?
Oh yes,
Any
are there
lurkers in
any
chat?
new people in chat? Any new people? Any new people?
Any particularly edgy people that I can say racist jokes with?
Any new people? Any peepers? Any new people in the chat?
There's a mod here that's not subbed.
Yeah,
Any
get
people?
him. Yeah.
Oh my god, Dr. What?
Come on, come out, come and play.
How have you been?
No new people. There he is! Kill him! Get him!
Get him,
Get him!
get him, get him, get him. come out to play.
Shoot
I just
them.
wanna play.
It's dead.
Bro, sit the.
Noiped.
Let's take it a lot.
Sit down. You can't win.
Got him.
You can't win.
I had the same problem, Dr. Whiteface, the other time, where my bank card got canceled. Then I was unsubbed.
AC 130
I got
inbound.
gift sub.
Oh dear lord. All right.
Okay, people are
This is a
speeding.
work in progress.
People are speeding.
Looking fan art.
Look in the fan art.
Ooh. Fan art.
I was making this yesterday. It's not done yet.
Oh yeah, me being haunted by the ghosts of my allies.
We're all gonna.
So cute.
Give me my bucket. Give me my bucket. I want my bucket.
You see how sad she is without her horns or friends?
Her horns
without-
/ friends.
Yeah,
Bro. It's not the friends. It's the horns.
I will be requesting horns as part of my outfit from Denarius. I don't care what he says.
Bro, now Bees has a reason to live now.
Cyber
God.
horns.
When the fuck did I get
Bro,
Hatsune Miku?
when you-
buttons?
When you
That's
say
awesome.
tech, how tech are you talking? You talking like hyper futuristic, like that kind of tech, or like a good excuse to use blue, or just like kind of like Star Wars, where like everything's buttons and metal?
Up to
Oh,
you.
boy.
I like the analog look.
Analog,
Like-
for
like
future
all
tech,
the-
awesome.
All the old diodes and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
Star Trek looking ass.
Thank you to all
Doctor
the
Who.
thank you
shit.
to all the new people that showed up, which I think is like Cyber New Type was a new person, and 0XL1Q. Thanks for showing up, I guess.
Very
By the way,
catchy name.
Jace,
524
Jace,
NN4Z.
Jace, I apologize.
Escape the sniper.
I apologize, but
Bro, is that 0X?
She's not one.
Is that 0X1LQ? What?
What's some
Oh.
interesting names?
God.
Wait,
Crazy.
where?
I want.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
But yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask: does Denarius have any specific like symbol that represents him?
No.
Wait, Fernando, you know that person?
Oh.
You know them?
Brandon knows everybody.
You know who I haven't seen in a while? Toad Gaming.
Joke. Toad
Oh.
Gaming. Toad Gaming.
Oh, gaming.
Where the
What a
f-
Toad Gaming.
Where is
Where
Toad
is he?
Gaming, bro?
Where is he? Like, dude. I wake up in the morning
Also,
just to see Toad Gaming, and he's not there anymore. I have no reason for living anymore. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I haven't
What
seen
the
Toad
fuck?
Gaming. I barely see Joke. I haven't seen Nina in like 2 sessions.
Bro.
Bummer.
Nina, where are you, man? I
Hope you're
missed
doing
you.
well.
I hope you're doing well, but I missed you, man. Where are you? My goodness.
Am I not good enough?
No. No, Lolly, you aren't. I'll go sit down.
Nina was
Go
here
sit in the
Friday?
corner and think about what you did.
She was. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, technically you haven't seen her in 2 sessions. You had a session on
Yeah,
Saturday,
that's
and
what
you
I
had a
thought.
session today.
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
the-
thought. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, people trying
Specifically
to
2 sessions since the last time
people
you
trying
saw.
to confuse me over here, bro.
Joke, please,
Joke's
please.
here.
Enter our campaign, please. I want
There's
you in
Joke.
here, please.
There's Joke.
Joke, please.
Everybody
I'm
watching.
glad you got your new job, Joke. I'm glad everything's going well for you, buddy.
That's great.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed Master's Malice. We'll be kicking it hard next campaign. I
All
guarantee
right,
it.
that's enough.
Next time,
That's
on
enough.
Order
Hugs,
of Moment.
kisses / and or good feels. I'm out. I'm done.
No.
See you later.
I'm gonna get more serious.
Dude,
Nope, I'm already leaving. Bye.